lot of big news, actually.
There has been.
Nothing good happens after midnight. And that's pretty much how a farm brawl goes.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you would be the person going over to a party to shut it down? Out here trying to fight for their lives for scraps compared to these big four.
No, it's been I've been maturing throughout the years, but it's really came on the last month. Dude, I was...
You did cry, and I know you did, and the camera's going to show that you did.
I was...
You had tears falling.
No, I was drunker.
Hey y'all, welcome to Meet the McBees, powered by AgAmerica Media. Today, Cole and I are in the podcast studio talking all things Season 2. Now that it's been announced, we can finally talk about it. And we've also had some interesting, exciting events happen around the farm that we're going to be talking about here in the last week. Guys, new episodes of Meet the McBees drops every Tuesday on YouTube and every other audio podcast listening platform. Well, with that being said, saddle up and let's get down and dirty with it. Hey y'all, it's Halloween here at McBee Farms, and Cole and I are in here today. It's been an eventful week. Really, it's been an eventful couple of weeks. We haven't filmed a podcast for a little while, and there's been some big news coming out. A lot of big news, actually.
There has been.
Jesse got married. Season 2 was just announced. Last weekend, we just had a Halloween party here at the farm that got a little bit out of hand, and we're going to talk it all on today's show.
All?
Most of it.
All right.
We may leave some things in the barn, but we're going to bring about most of it. So thanks so much for tuning in today. We're going to begin with the farm story of the week. So every single year, we essentially have two different parties. The first one is our July 4th Corn Star Award party, which y'all seen on Season 1. It was a little bit of a mess. Dad got pretty tore up during the speech.
Yeah, that was the speech when he was yelling and...
He hit the Heisman Trophy pose and then fell into the speakers behind him. I was doing everything I could. And mind you, we have like 5 or 6 cameras on us. There's 200 people plus at this party. I was trying to grab the mic.
Some important people.
Some very important people.
Steve and I were stressing, if you couldn't tell me. We were like kind of like laughing it off at first, but then we really
Cole was like, Steven, grab the mic.
Yeah, I was like
at
yelling
him. And I was
at
like trying to reach over and grab it from my dad without making a scene, and he had an iron grip on that thing.
Oh, he wanted it.
He wanted that mic. That was in the middle of his, like, just yelling at everyone. So that's our first party of the year where we get together. Second one that we've been doing now for 4 or 5 years is our Halloween party. And the Halloween party is usually a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Most times there's 1 or 2 events that get out of hand during the Halloween party just because everyone gets absolutely hammered, for lack of a better term, over at our Red Barn, which is a lodge that we use for customer events or get-togethers or parties like this. And actually, Cole and I went home early.
Yeah, this is actually probably the first party that we've had that I went home early.
I'm proud of you.
Ever, probably. But
I'm proud of you.
I'm actually glad I did on this one because...
You were in bed by 10 p.m.
It was 11, but yeah, I was in bed by 11. Before, anything after midnight is bad news. So
it is.
You got to go to bed before midnight. I've learned that.
Nothing good happens after midnight. And whenever I showed up, I was down in Kansas City. I showed up to the Halloween party about 9:30, and I stayed for 15 minutes and just wasn't really feeling it. So I went back to my house, and I could tell things were already getting a little weird. Like, you could tell that there was something in the air. Everyone was already 3 sheets to the wind, and you just knew it was not going to end up good because it was only 9:30.
Yeah, it was bad. Everybody was like, there's nights whenever it starts way too early in the day, and we know when we get there, and we're like, oh, dude, this is bad. Like, everybody's way too drunk, and they're not stopping anytime soon.
Yep.
And we said that at 9, and it went on until like 3:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it was rough.
After midnight, apparently there was a big arm wrestling tournament. This is going to sound super redneck, but this is exactly how it went. There was a big arm wrestling tournament between our farm guys, who a lot of which came over from South Africa. They worked for 9 or 10 months. And so there are South African guys, and then a bunch of our car wash people came up. So it was almost like car wash versus the farm, and they had this big arm wrestling tournament. And apparently they got down to the championship of the arm wrestling tournament, and there was an argument over who won the last round.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. They were all arm wrestling, and then from the way it sounds that they weren't happy with who won, and next thing you know, there was just a brawl that broke out.
There was a 20-person brawl in the middle of our Red Barn between our farm guys and our car wash guys.
It was pretty insane.
I
wasn't there. I was in bed, but I was getting, my phone started getting blown up with calls. Everybody was freaking out, calling me, telling me to get over there, because I was only 5 minutes away, but
You started, you had to run over there and check everything out. The Red Barn was completely destroyed. Tables were flipped. Everyone was just getting after it. And afterwards, they were talking to us. I guess they were hyping it up as a major brawl, like throwing haymakers. Yeah. Everyone was acting like they were Mike Tyson. And
like everybody does when they're drunk. Like, you think this fight was like some, like, dude, we were like dodging
just
and
duking it out.
Like,
just smoking each other.
Videos, and it's just like people just drunk, just throwing random punches.
There is a Snapchat video of like the first 3 or 4 punches, I guess you would even call them. And it is like a drunken wobble, open-handed slap where they almost fall to the ground trying to swing.
It is. Oh, it was rough. It was
But
bad.
if you listen to them, it was straight up like a Mike Tyson
they thought
heavyweight
they were all
battle.
like, they were telling me about it like it was like this long drawn out, like they were just going at it. And you watch some of the videos and they're like, they look like idiots.
They look so dumb. They can't even stand up straight.
No.
And so, each side thinks that they won. We got the fight broken up. Actually, Cole had to call my dad. My dad came over at 3 a.m. He woke up. He was all mad, so he shut it down. I was dead asleep for all this, by the way. I just want to point that out. And, everyone, the car wash people think they won. The farm people think they won. And you would think that they would absolutely hate each other, like they were going to be fighting to the death. And then come 8 a.m., 9 a.m. the next morning,
they're all cleaning it up.
They're all cleaning
just
the house up together. The car wash and the farm people are laughing, like slapping each other on the back, cleaning up the house like nothing happened. And that's pretty much how a farm brawl goes.
Yeah, just like that. I mean, it's like, it's so dumb and they're so drunk they don't even realize like why they did it the next morning, and they're all like just laughing.
They're laughing. They're all good friends.
That's happened like so many times. I can't tell you. I mean, we haven't had like big brawls a lot. I mean, they've been there, but a lot of times they're like there's dumb fights, and by the time it's over with, everybody's laughing about it. It's nothing.
It's ridiculous.
It's dumb.
Like you would think that was from that night. You'd have thought that they hated each other.
And you thought they would have fought like the next morning when they got up. Like they seen each other ever again. It was
it was on site anytime. But no, they're friends. They're fine now. So it was all good. So did we ever determine who actually won? Was it the car wash or the farm?
I don't think anybody won.
It was just too ugly.
Just too ugly.
All I know is the house was an absolute wreck.
Dude, it
was
next
morning.
Destroyed. It was terrible. Like insane.
It was bad. Dad was not happy whenever he went over there.
No, he was not. He was pissed. It was bad.
So our parties are never uneventful, for sure. And I am just happy to say that I was asleep by 10:30. Yep. And you were too.
I was too.
You're growing up because normally your butt would still be at the Red Barn at 3 a.m.
Kacie was really tired, and obviously with her being 8 months pregnant, that was not.
Shut that down.
Yeah, she didn't want to stay out there too late, which I don't blame her.
Look at you, just growing up on us.
Growing up.
Did you ever think you would be the person going over to a party to shut it down?
Honestly, no. And especially like breaking up fights and like being the mature one. I was like yelling at everybody, like, go to bed right now. And I was like going off. It was bad.
Cole actually telling someone to go to bed.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm like, you guys need to stop drinking and go to bed. I'm like, who am I?
Yeah. Did you sit there for a minute?
I was. That's when I realized it. Like 4 a.m. I'm like, I just woke up. I'm yelling at everybody, mad.
Yep.
I'm mad that they're still awake and still partying. I'm like, man, I really have hit a new
You've reached a new level of maturity.
Level.
Yep. So that's the farm story of the week. And now it's Halloween day. We're actually catching some rain, which we needed something fierce. Finally have some cold temps coming in. Jesse's actually in a deer stand. That's why he's not with us here this morning. All right, now we're going to go back to recent news happening around the farm and ranch industry. I wanted to start bringing this into the podcast because for us, there's so much going on. It seems like every single week with new regulations, new breaking news in the industry. It's just fast moving. And this one especially hits near and dear to our hearts because finally, we have a big corporate company that is going to be fighting on behalf of the farmers. And they're not doing it because of the farmers. They're doing it because of themselves. But either way, they're finally on our side taking on the big monopoly. And the big monopoly are the 4 meatpacking plants that control 85% of the beef industry in the USA. And McDonald's, of all people, the old Golden Arches, is suing Tyson, JBS, Cargill, and National Beef for allegedly conspiring to inflate the price of beef. There is no allegedly here. This is facts. The lawsuit filed earlier this month in a New York federal court alleges that the producers violated U.S. antitrust laws by coordinating lower prices for slaughter-ready cattle and slowing plant production, which artificially raised prices for McDonald's and other buyers. So essentially, McDonald's sources their beef for their food products from these big four packers, and the big four packers slowed down the processing in their plants so they could inflate the price of beef. So it's all supply and demand. If they cut down on the supply and the demand stays steady, the price has to go up. So McDonald's, which is the world's largest buyer of beef and pork, is seeking an undisclosed amount in monetary restitution. Again, McDonald's is not doing this to fight for the farmer, but because they're looking out for themselves, it just so happens that they happen to be on our side this time. So this is an ongoing battle. The big four packers, like I said, control 85% of the meat industry in the United States. And this is something we'll dive into for a full episode. But I thought it was interesting that it's recent news now because it's like finally we might be able to make some headway. It feels like it's been such an uphill battle for small meat producers trying to take on the 85% that these four companies control. And McDonald's lawsuit is accusing JBS, Tyson, Cargill, and National Beef of conspiring to drive up beef prices by restricting supplies since 2015. So this has been going on for a while. Last year, a Minnesota court threw out a similar challenge from a group of ranchers saying it lacked legal standing, aka the farmers don't have enough capital. They don't have the attorneys necessary to take on this crazy large battle. McDonald's does, and that's why I think this one actually has some potential.
Like, it took the biggest.
That's what I'm saying.
To do,
the biggest buyer of beef and pork in the entire world
to make it happen, or
to make this happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
No one else could have done it.
No.
I mean, no one else could have made a difference. They're the biggest, and that's why it's even
correct.
They have the money, they have the pool, they have the
they have the connections, they have everything to where this might actually make a difference. And again, I'm not saying McDonald's is the good guy here. They aren't doing it out of the goodness of their heart for the farmers and ranchers. It just so happens that their interests are finally aligned with the small farmers and ranchers in taking on the big four that literally control the world of beef and pork. So there was one sentence in here that I really wanted to... Okay, here we go. The very last sentence in the paragraph. By collusively underpaying suppliers for fed cattle and over time reducing beef output, defendants have been able to increase their margins and profits, confident that none of them would take volume from each other. So they go back there in closed-door rooms or closed rooms, all four of them, meeting of the minds between the four largest meat packers, probably a big circle jerk if you're asking me, and they talk about how they're going to keep the supply down so they can artificially inflate the price. And now, Cole, I need to ask you this. By collusively underpaying suppliers for fed cattle, who are these suppliers?
I mean, it'd be the farmers.
The farmers, exactly. Yeah. Replace suppliers with farmers.
Yep.
By collusively underpaying farmers for fed cattle. So they're underpaying the farmers, then they're not processing enough so that on their end, whenever they go to sell it to consumers, or in this case, McDonald's, they can raise the prices. It is quite honestly, the largest monopolistic industry I've ever seen in my life. And you would think that the U.S. government would have stepped in by now, but I'm assuming, and I'm not assuming, I know for a fact, some of these four largest meat packing plants, it's such a crazy cycle we live in. So the executives at these four large plants will literally swap teams, and they'll go and work for the government for 2 years. Then they'll come back to the big four. And you're telling me there's nothing shady going on whenever they're swapping sides back and forth every 2 or 3 years. Whose best interest are they looking out for? Themselves, which would be the big four meat packers, and the U.S. government. And the farmers get left completely alone out here trying to fight for their lives for scraps compared to these big four. It's insane. So McDonald's, I wish you the best of luck. We farmers are completely and wholly on your side in this one, even though I would not say we are allies. In this case, we're certainly fighting the same battle, and McDonald's has a lot more resources than we do. So please make a difference here.
We need it.
We need it.
The farmers need it.
The farmers need it something horrible. Okay.
Calm down.
Sorry, that one worked me up.
Yep.
That's going to be a full episode because I could rain on that one for a while.
You could.
All right. Another big announcement that we have not talked about. We weren't able to talk about it on the last couple podcasts.
No, we weren't, were we? Season 2.
Season 2. We're back.
We're back, and we're better, as they say.
I would like to think so. I would like to think that Season 2, we put on our best selves. No, we didn't.
I mean, I did for the most part. I maybe had like one bad weekend. But other than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't do anything bad. I just got way too drunk. And I don't know. We'll see.
Pretty on par for Cole.
I mean, well, maybe I did do something.
We just talked about how at the Halloween party you left early and you're maturing, and then
that might be, yeah.
It's been Cole just matured like the last month probably.
No, it's been I've been maturing throughout the years, but it's really came on the last month.
Season 2 we're extremely pumped about because we're moving to Bravo, which is an upgrade. That's a good thing. We had some people that said, they couldn't get picked up again by their last network, so they had to try and move and found a Bravo. No, Bravo is an upgrade. It is the king or queen of reality TV. Like, if you're on reality TV, Bravo's where it's at, and we're on Bravo. We're excited as can be about it. It's going to be awesome. It'll air Q1 or Q2 of 2025. We're not sure of all the details yet, but we will keep you guys updated with what information we're allowed to tell. I will tell you, Mama McBee is all over season 2.
Is she?
She is.
I didn't know. Just kidding. I didn't know what we could say.
Yeah, we can talk about it. It
was
in the People magazine article.
Okay,
so,
yep.
Yeah, Mama
she
McBee
is
all over season 2. She becomes.
She opened up to it.
She did. I did not think in a million years she would have done reality TV or ever wanted to be a part of it. And at first she was very timid, but then she got more and more comfortable with it. And I feel really, really good about what people are going to think about her because she's just genuine and has no drama.
Yeah, something that you ain't.
Something that you ain't,
no,
bud.
No, me and you are not like that.
We usually go to my mom whenever we're needing like really solid advice. I go to my dad when I want someone to tell me what I want to hear, and then I go to my mom whenever I need it shot straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you already know what dad's going to say.
Oh, yeah, you already, when you go to ask him something, you know what his answer is.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I just need like a hype man to tell me what I want to hear already.
If you go to mom, she'll like kind of, tell you what you need to hear.
Yeah, she will. And sometimes that's good, and sometimes it hurts, stings a little bit, but you know that she's doing it from the goodness of her heart and out of the best intentions, because that's all she wants for us. So we're pumped to have Mama McBee on the show for season 2. Pumped for y'all to get to meet her, and yeah, it was just really, really cool having her on season 2. I guess whenever we were filming season 1, I didn't realize how much we were missing out just because of the time that it takes to film a show. We couldn't really spend time with our mom for 3 months.
No, you don't see them near as much. Like, I don't think you guys realize the time that goes into.
It's a full-time job, 7 days a week.
You have your regular full-time job and this, and there was no time. There's just sleeping other than that, and that's it.
Yep. So season 1, we really didn't get to see our mom much just because we didn't have time. So season 2, I think that was probably the coolest part about it is we got to spend so much time with mom.
We did. We got to see her a lot. I mean, we were always having, different lunches and dinners together just because we were always together and not just, it seems like we do that a lot because we're always working together. But mom's always down in the city working. So for us to be able to get together more during the week for different reasons that we wanted to get together, it was really fun to see her a lot more.
And we even got mom to come up to the farm, which is a big deal. And I'm not going to go into too much detail, but Mama McBee comes home to the farm or comes back to the farm to give us some advice.
It's been a long time since she's been up here.
It's been a long time since she's been up here.
So
excited about that.
Since she's been up here.
And then I'm sure y'all probably have seen the People magazine article. Jesse and Allie got married. So that was the end of season 2. That's going to be, I don't know how many episodes that'll make or whatever that's going to be, but that was such an incredible wedding. Like, so awesome.
That was awesome. That was fun. It was a good night. Jesse, I don't know. I think we need to ask him what the best part of the night was. I don't know if Allie will like that answer. My dad got him in brand new. Well, not a brand new. It was what year was it?
79.
GMC. Redid it all. Like,
frame off restoration.
It was sitting on the rims, like not even no engine, just the frame and a nasty old, inside. It was all
the interior was complete. Like, there was not a single thing on that truck that was saved other than the frame and then obviously the shell that we repainted.
And what was it? Probably, I think it was like a month and a week, like 5 weeks before the wedding. My dad had this bright idea that he was going to surprise Jesse with this truck. Yeah. So he had our guys
in the middle of harvest.
In the middle of harvest, he had Jesse Stretch, Daniel, Dustin, Cornelius, Josh,
Parker,
Maddox was up there. I feel like we're missing a couple.
We had like 8 or 10 farm guys working on this truck night and day for 5 weeks straight.
They were up there every night till midnight. Like, I'd go up there at night whenever I just want to see what's going on, and they would be up there till midnight every night, like just working. And they finally, Like, in a month, did a whole entire,
frame off restoration.
Like
something that would normally take half a year.
Yeah, there's nothing not new on that truck. It's brand freaking new. It's awesome.
Yeah. And I'm excited to see Jesse's face.
What I thought was funny was whenever Jesse, so we brought it around as Jesse and I were taking pictures down the field, and we were all watching them down below us. And Jesse turned around, he took off running, and he was like dragging Allie
with her wedding dress through like this waist high grass.
Yes,
it was like a marsh.
I think it was like ripping and stuff. And Jesse, he was just running out of there trying to get to the truck. He was freaking out. It was awesome though.
It was a cool moment. They had a beautiful wedding. I mean, it could not have been better weather. It couldn't have been a more perfect venue.
It was awesome.
I'm excited to watch it back. So that's going to be on season 2. There's a lot more coming from season 2 that is going to be really, really cool to watch. Excited for the most part to see it all. Some things, obviously, not so excited about.
Some things don't change. Steven's still a shit show.
Yeah, right. Hey, y'all. Today's episode is brought to you by AgAmerica, your go-to financial partner for all things agriculture. As the largest independent financial firm dedicated to rural America, AgAmerica is changing the game of ag, lending and leveling up financing options for farmers, ranchers, and landowners across the nation. And I'll let you in on a secret. The thing that sets this company apart from the rest is the people. They understand firsthand the unique needs of American farmers and ranchers because many of them grew up on the farm themselves. They take a farmer-focused approach to finance, prioritizing relationships over transactions to help you build a stronger financial foundation for your farm and family. So whether you're looking to buy land or secure working capital, AgAmerica has your back. Visit agamerica.com today to learn more and see how they can help you achieve long-term financial success. Because when farmers thrive, we all do.
Do you know where your meat comes from? You will now with McBee Meat Company's Build Your Own Box. A retail value of $300 worth of melt-in-your-mouth steaks, insanely delicious griller products, high-protein meat snacks, and a free gift of your choice for only $159. These meats are born, raised, processed, and shipped directly from our family farm here in North Missouri. We're one of very few brands in the entire country who can honestly say that every single step in the meat supply chain is owned and controlled by us. We're doing it all, ensuring your meats are born and raised without the use of GMOs, steroids, antibiotics, vaccines, or whatever the hell else they're putting in meat these days. This type of respect and care for animals and the delicious meats that they provide us can only be found on a family farm. And that's why we're damn proud to bring you this Build Your Own Box, available now at the link below. Your purchase directly benefits our family farm and the rural community that we operate in. And so I want to take this time to personally thank you and tell you how much we appreciate any support that you may give if you decide to purchase your meat from us. We do not take it lightly. It means the world, not only to us and our animals, but also the community we live in. Now, let's get back to the podcast.
Was there anyone, we try not to, I feel like we're not that emotional. I'm just kidding. We probably are. But I feel like we're pretty... No, we're not stoic.
I'm not
We're not stoic at all, actually.
I feel like we are emotional whenever it comes to, like, getting mad a lot. Like, we
get worked up.
Yeah, we get worked up, and then we, like, every 5 minutes, like, I know, like, I can call you every 5 minutes, and every 5 minutes I can get a different, like, mood.
Yes, I'm not going to disagree with you there.
So,
but as far as really being
emotional,
upset, I'm going to be honest. I think in season 2, there was not a single cast member, aside from Braden, that did not shed some tears.
Dude, I was...
You did cry, and I know you did, and the camera's going to show that you did. You had tears falling.
No, I was drunker than...
Doesn't matter. You still cried.
I don't even want to say too much, but yeah. Whatever.
So, yeah, season 2 got emotional for pretty much everyone aside from Braden.
At least I have an excuse. You were just crying just to cry. I was actually...
You don't even know if I shed tears. With you, everyone was around you.
That was rough, okay? We don't need to talk. I wish if I could block like a 2-day, out of my last 6 months, those 2 days would be blocked out.
There are so many people, and thank you guys so much for the support. We had posted it announcing that season 2, we're coming back, and there's been so much support. So many people saying so many good things. It's been awesome to see really the audience that is so excited. It's like y'all couldn't get enough of season 1, and the messages have just been flooding in for support. In fact, I found this great one on Reddit that just gets me so excited for season 2. This Reddit user said, "Great, McBee Dynasty is coming back for season 2. The only episode I watched from season 1 was the old man dating some young chick. original eye roll emoji with 2 of his boys that clearly fell from the same tree. They didn't seem much smarter than a box of rocks. I don't know. Maybe I was high and it was all a fever dream. Well, we know whenever this Reddit user was talking about 2 of Dad's boys, he's talking about you and Jesse.
No, he's not. He's talking about you.
And
for sure. And I don't know who the other one is, and I don't know. I don't think it's me, but
no matter who the other one is, I know one of them for a fact is you.
no, it's not. I mean, it might be from season 1. Season 1 was not my best look, but it gets better.
You come back around, bud.
Revenge tour.
The revenge tour. Season 2 is the revenge tour of Cole maturing.
I'm not the same as I was.
You got a baby on the way. How is that going, by the way?
Good. She actually, another surprise, she shot a big deer.
Oh, yeah,
33
Kacie shot a
weeks
big deer.
pregnant.
Yeah, she shot a big deer while pregnant, which is awesome.
Yep. And we're about a month away, month and a half.
Yeah.
Well, 33 weeks, December 13th is the due date. So
Yeah.
we're getting close.
Coming up.
Yeah.
I would say that if there was ever a sign that you are with the girl you need to be with, it's that she is 8 months pregnant, climbing up a deer stand and shooting a big deer.
Okay, we weren't just we were in blinds, and then we were also in a 10-foot double ladder stand that she wore a safety harness all the way up, and it was locked into a tree, a giant double ladder. It wasn't unsafe.
He wasn't having her climb up like a dangerous tree stand.
Yeah, trust me, there wasn't a stands that Steven hangs that's 30 foot in the air, and that you have to do a pull up to get into, and then when you're coming down, it's
that is very true.
Jumping from tree to tree.
Was that so? Question: her shooting that big deer, is that the proudest you've ever been? I feel like you walked around with your chest stuck out for a few days.
I mean, I did. That was pretty cool. I don't think there's many people, who are 33 weeks pregnant that can shoot a 160-inch deer.
No, I would agree with that. I mean, that's
pretty
badass.
Pretty badass.
Now the cool thing, I think the coolest thing is that for each, your big deer and her big deer, it was y'all together in a blind or a ladder stand. So plus, we can't say that.
Don't say that.
Cut that out.
Oh my God, she would kill me.
Yeah, she would kill you.
Jesse slipped and someone messaged her.
I know.
Yeah. Oh my, dude. And our daughter.
Yep. Actually,
Bleep
just bleep that. Keep it, but just bleep it.
Bleep it. No, our daughter.
Yep.
She's been there for each one of our deer kills this year. It was pretty cool. We not Kacie and I hunted a lot together in the last 6 years, and multiple times, in the past years, we would hunt together for 10 days straight, and then we'd split up, and she'd hunt somewhere, and I'd hunt somewhere, and we'd both kill that night. We haven't killed together, but one other time like this, or 2 other times, and so to do it in the same year twice on the 2 nights, we just went random 2 nights. I hunted by myself a lot, and I go with her random 2 nights and have it happen. I think it was kind of meant to be,
Yeah, that's
cool.
awesome. It would be even cooler is if, you have the photos with the deer now, and obviously Kacie's pregnant belly, is if you guys both were to get one in late season and then take one with your daughter.
I know. That's
in the photo.
I hope I don't tag out before she gets here.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool. That'd really complete. Y'all need to have a cool mount in your new house that you're building.
That'd be cool.
I do have one more question about those hunts. Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry. I don't
Are you
cry.
sure?
I don't cry.
You don't.
No.
He doesn't cry.
I didn't.
He doesn't cry.
I don't
Just watch
cry.
season 2.
I'm not a crier. I don't cry.
Just watch season 2. That's all I have to say.
I didn't cry. I get excited. I don't cry.
All right, guys, that's all I've got for this episode. Thanks so much for tuning in. New episodes of Meet the McBees drops every Tuesday on YouTube and every other audio podcast listening platform. We've got some exciting shows coming up. Actually, Langer's coming into town this weekend to hunt. John Langston.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we'll have him in for a podcast here. That'll probably be the next episode. Have some other exciting guests coming in to hunt. So we'll start getting some new guests in here. I want to have Jesse, Dad, and maybe even Mom in here again now that we can actually talk about season 2.
Yep.
And the exciting things to come with that. So there's going to be a lot of good episodes on the way. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like the show, tell a friend, share it, like, subscribe, or leave a review. We appreciate it more than you know.